Hi, my name is Zarina Aishamiran, and today I'm going to talk about NAT, which stands for Network Address Translation. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand what a NAT is and how it works. Specifically on an F5 LTM, however, the main concept can be taken away. Okay, to illustrate what a NAT is, let's go through an example. You have your own internal network, and you've deployed a bunch of really cool apps. But now it's time for someone external to come over and access your internal network. They want to connect to your internal nodes over the internet, but it's not going to happen right now. Why? Because you have private IP addresses. And those private IP addresses within your internal network are not routable. So what do? Well, we can use a NAT. A NAT stands for Network Address Translation. And what it essentially means is there is a one-to-one mapping between the source address and the destination address. So if you have a load balancer, if you have an F5 LTM deployed, then it bypasses that load balancer. Now I'm going to cover how the source address connects to the destination address via a load balancer. So this is without the NAT, how it works in 3 simple steps. So step 1, the source address communicates with the virtual server. Simple. Step 2, the virtual server then initiates a request to the pool member that is selected. Again, simple. Now, step 3, this is where it gets a tiny bit more complicated. The pool member then communicates to the big IP. So it communicates back to the big IP, and it's usually the floating IP address of an internal VLAN, and so there would be a route to that address configured usually on the server. Now the big IP does its reverse translation. So in other words, it essentially takes that source address from the pool, and upon receiving that, it then connects to the virtual server. So if you wanted to configure a NAT, it would bypass the load balancer. It would bypass what I just explained. And again, you can configure this inbound or outbound. The point is it's a one-to-one mapping, so the load balancer would not be involved. Now, to configure this on the LTM is really simple. Again, just head over to the big IP, select local traffic, address translation, and then NAT list. Then select the create button. Here you just add in the name and then the important stuff, the NAT address field. There are 2 fields that the big IP takes, the NAT address field and the origin address field. So for the NAT address field, you type in the IP you want to use as the translation address. And then in the origin address, you type the IP of the node that you want the traffic to reach when the big IP system applies that NAT address. You then just keep the rest as default values, and that's it. You have a NAT. Simple. So that is it for today's video. I hope you by now understand what a NAT is, how it works when a load balancer is involved, and how to configure it on an F5 big IP LTM. I hope this video was useful, so please like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Bye!